Hello and welcome to the webinar Introduction to Coresuite Country Package. This is the first webinar for our partners in the US and Latin America, a little sales presentation about the first product from Core Systems that has been developed back then. So today, in the next 30 minutes, I guess, we're going to take a look on the country package, what kind of modules it has, and so on, so that you have a slight idea of the product itself and so that you know what it is about. My name is Raphael Hübner. I'm the partner manager one of the partner managers at Core Systems, and I'm taking care of our partners in the US. So the country package. What is it in general? What is it about? The country package is a very, very powerful solution product that gives you the possibility to extend your standard SAP Business One. That's why we like to say, we call it like a toolbox. So imagine you have only a screwdriver for SAP, that's the standard. But if you add the country package, you have a full toolbox, all the tools that you need to customize your B1 however you like to, by, as you can see here, create your own reports, use own search options, create processes. You can even build an own add-on, own forms, and so on and so on. So the country package is used, doesn't matter if for SQL or HANA, is available on premise or on demand. So everywhere where B1 is used for the end customer, the Coresuite Country Package is the ideal product that you should use for you and your customers, because it gives benefits for both sides. Main advantages you can see on this slide: for partners, you're super much or significantly faster in realizing your project, thanks to reporting functions or customization possibilities, which we will take a look on later a little bit. It's one solution. What we also take a look soon, it makes it easier to create customizations. It's suitable for all B1 variations, and so on and so on. But it's not only an advantage for the partners, it's also an advantage, of course, for the end customer, because they want to know their more added value, of course, as well. Safe investment thanks to standardization out of the box reports are included for sales, service, or finance. You have dashboards and widgets, validation of inputs, and especially lower maintenance costs for documents due to a single layout architecture in regards to the Coresuite Designer. So this is just in a brief note, the general advantages for partners and end customers. And here we're going to take a look on the Coresuite Country Package. So the country package exists based on different modules. You have here, let's say on the ground as a base, of course, the Business One system itself. And on it, you have different modules like the Enterprise Search, then the Coresuite Designer, Coresuite Accounting, or Coresuite Customize. Those are add-ons that are part of the country package, different modules, and you can use them to customize or really individual adjust your Business One system. And all those add-ons, they run on the Coresuite framework. That's what we're going to see also on the next slide, maybe a little bit easier to understand. How does it work? The Coresuite framework is saving memory for you because it's only one add-on that's really started. You see here on the left side, there is, let's say, the country package without the Coresuite framework. Means it would need to load all the add-ons one by one. And here on the right side, you see there are all the modules which are part of the framework. And so only the framework will be loaded. And then you have already all the modules that are part of it. Yes. So, and here you see additional points like access to SAP DI and SAP UI components via the framework. Yes, so that's about the single connection. And that's how it's built up. How is, let's say, the architecture of the solution. But now let's take a look into those single modules I have already mentioned. In this case, those 4. And the first one is maybe one of the easiest ones. You know, maybe our enterprise search for SQL. In the meantime, we also developed our enterprise search for HANA. We all know that SAP created also an enterprise search for HANA by themselves. Nevertheless, a lot of partners came to us in regards to the search and said that still our one would be easier to use, and therefore we also developed it for HANA. So how does it look like? It is basically a search window, which you can see here. You can fill something out or fill something in, and then you get all the information. You see already here some bullet points for what you can search, UDFs, search you can combine search terms, you can search for any SAP object. There are a few listed, and this is how it looks like. And also we are working here with color coding for faster comprehension, like black. Here is an example with an invoice. Black means this is open invoice that's just still not paid, but everything is correct in regards to the payment terms. Gray means it's already paid, and red means it is overdue. And you have tooltips by hovering over the single documents, and you can also navigate quickly via right click. And of course, I will not only tell you this by showing the PowerPoint. Let's jump out and take a look into the enterprise search itself. So I go here into my virtual machine. Here I have, in this case, a SQL SAP Business One environment. And what do we do now? Usually the enterprise search opens up immediately when I log into my Business One system. In this case, I wanted to show you how to start it. I think I could go here via Help and Coresuite Enterprise Search, or by Administration, Add-ons. We will go this way quite often because here you can already see different modules like Customize and so on. But here in this case, we want to start the enterprise search. And there you maybe recognize it from the slide. We have here the enterprise search, and now I will just look for a customer. I know it's somehow like this, Chanin, that's a customer, and you can see it's already, when I just type in, it starts to give me some information, what kind of thing I might search. Here in this case, the business partner, Chan Engineers. Then there are also the contacts that belong to Chan Engineers. So I can go like this. I could just look for it via using the star. Then it would show me everything, every object, every document where this name is included. Or let's do it now a different way, how it suggested already, the Chan Engineers. I click on it, and here you have now the business partner. You have all the contacts, and you can see many different things as well. We had earlier the invoices, and oops, what do we see here? This one is not paying its invoices. And here I could hover as example over the invoice, and I get all the related information like posting date, delivery date, what kind of article, what was the price, and so on and so on. By using right click, I could open business partner, add the activity, or just open directly the document. I jump in and I'm inside. So that's quite comfortable. You see, of course, also other objects. And now what I want maybe to show as well is if I go as example on the business partner itself, I push the right click, you can see I can also create immediately from here new things like, as example, an invoice. So I'm now creating an invoice and it already chose for me now Giant Engineers. It's filled in and now I just have to choose my item and I can create immediately the invoice. Let's go back. And this is the normal, let's say, object search. Then we have all my own documents. So you can see all my own open documents. I can see here, if I click on it, all the documents from me that I created and where I had to do something to do with it. Then there are the recent modified objects so that I can see, okay, what have I recently done? End of March, I created a new co-rotation and so on and so on. And here I can also search for several things more detailed. Here in the search settings, I can also define what I want to see or what should be included in my search or not. You can see searchable fields. I can really say, okay, what should be part of it. I want employee, I want to look for first name and last name, but maybe the email should not be part of it, or it should be. So I can just click it, and you can see here also UDFs. So you can also define your own UDFs and also search for them in the enterprise search. Yes, also about categories, again, activate, deactivate, should be shown or not. You can do whatever you want. So you have all the options here. That's about the enterprise search. A great feature, a great module that I personally use all the time when working with B1 in my live environment. Oops, let's jump back to the presentation. So we have here the enterprise search, what we have taken a look on so far. And now we go next to the Coresuite Designer, also a very popular module for our partners who are working so far with the country package, because it gives the possibility to create templates for documents very easily. You can use one layout for all marketing documents and you can modify those documents with the designer super fast. Many people who are using not the country package, who are using Crystal reports are not, let's say, the biggest supporters of this product or of the Crystal report because they say it's super difficult to make changes. It's not that easy. It would be nice to have the possibility to make changes more comfortable. And so the country package is therefore maybe not that much seen for the end customer, what big advantage it is, but it gives to the partners a big advantage for realize the projects much easier than before. A lot of partners also told me that when they sell business one to an end customer, they put the country package as mandatory to into the quotation because they say, hey, listen, if you want to from us that we create reports for you and we use Crystal reports, we need 2 days. If we do it with the designer, we just need to 0.5 days. So it's much easier to go with this. And that's also then for the end customer, of course, nice if he knows that the reports are not that expensive to create than with the designer. So as mentioned, marketing documents, you have your B1 system. You can go with one central layout and you have then as many languages as you want. The translations are super easy. You can see it here with the multi-language support. The translation must be entered only once in the text library and then can be imported and exported company-wide. Here you have the English word open on order, and there you have all the translations so that you can work with it. If we take a look into the system here, jump out again from the PowerPoint and go to the designer, I can maybe, of course, that's only a sales presentation. We offer here really workshops how to create with the designer reports on a basic level, on a deep dive level. But if we go here again to the add-ons, then to the designer, you can see as example the configuration. Stop here this, where you have the possibilities to take a lot of adjustments. In general, there it is about batch print and select grid and so on and so on. You have here the import and export, and here we have the layout definition so that we can create one. Let's say I would create maybe for the sales reports or in the sales area a document. I would open the designer, and now it looks like this, and I can use the Coresuite designer to adjust here my document. Maybe you can see already here page header, a layout name. I can change the name just by double click, or just fill in here something new. I don't know, sales. Then you can see already, okay, it looks like this. I can insert headers, details, footer, and so on, and then make adjustments so that I can create here just my layout definition and the whole report. So this is, let's say, how it looks like, very empty. And here I could then create everything. But there are also maybe another example where it looks a little bit better, or let's say better, but just with much more information. Let's go for a sales report again. And this time we take, the first one immediately. If I open this one in the designer, yes, please. Then we will see, okay, this looks already a little bit different. And here you see the golden arrow to jump into the document directly. And there are all the information. And this is then how it would look like. And this is how to work then with the designer, where you can make all the adjustments. So how does the, let's say, sales quotation look like? Let's go here, sales quotation. Just go to the last one, doesn't matter what it is about now. And let's say I have here, one second, wrong. I have here the logistics. You can see here the language, it's in English. I make the preview or create the preview. That will create me now the preview of the report. It looks like this. You see, let's say, the sales quotation, you see quantity, price, total, in this case in Swiss francs. Thank you for your inquiry. So fine, so good. And now I can just go here with all the languages that you can see, and let's go for something else like traditional Chinese. I hope I won't regret that I take this when I can't read it then. Updated quickly the quotation, created the preview, and you can see here now that looks already a little bit different. All those Chinese letters I unfortunately cannot read, but you can see you can make a translation super quick. I'm sorry, by changing here just the language. But let's go back to English. Yes. So far this. So this is how it looks like. Let's go back to add-ons, Coresuite Designer. And same we have then here the possibility to create print definitions. where we say, okay, extended definition or email and fax, to which address should it go, what should be the subject, and so on and so on. Should it be an email, a PDF, a fax? Should it be printed out? That's all that we can define here. And then next would be also that we could go with the report subscription that gives the possibility to use a trigger or anything to send maybe every week or anything a report. And here, if we go back to the presentation, we see, okay, batch emailing is possible so that we send a lot of emails immediately, remote printing, so automatic printing and emailing via barcode, timer, XML exchange, or one of our newer products, the Coresuite service, which means that you don't need any logged in B1 user anymore. On the Coresuite service is a Windows service that gives you the possibility to, as example, send emails by the end of the day with all the invoices without any logged in user in Business One. Just as a little mark here about the Coresuite service, on our YouTube channel from Core Systems, we have 2 webinars for the Coresuite service. One is with best practice examples. The other one is really about the Coresuite service itself, let's say a basic presentation where you get the information, how it works, and so on. So if you're interested, just let us know or take a look in the YouTube channel to get there further information. It is an add-on for this add-on or additional module that you can also use combined with Coresuite Country Package. And here also, as I already started to explain, in the B1 environment, you have the possibility with working with the report subscriptions. And that's also a way to use the Coresuite Country Package. So far about the enterprise search and the Coresuite Designer. Next up is then the Coresuite Accounting. That's, I would say, pretty simple. You have here a lot of predefined reports that you can use to take a look in the system. And there are over 30 financial reports. You see here already the examples for cash flow reports, forecast reports, profit and loss statements, and so on that are predefined that you can use and are part of the country package. You can have comparisons very easy. It looks then as example like this, but we can take a look also in the demo environment in a second when I show you where it is there. You can create sales budgets also with Coresuite Accounting so that you have a budget on different objects, on customers, items, item groups, sales employees, whatever. You can create them very easily with the sales budget wizard. And before we jump there to the next module, I'll just go quickly here inside. Tap. And there's the Coresuite reports. And here you see the different reports: financial, profit and loss, balance sheet, lists, tax report, analytics, sales. There we have something. And also here in the purchase area, we have something. I think if I go, and of course your own reports if you want to create. I have here, I guess, no sales budget prepared. But if I go to an older one, I hope this works out well. To show an example, it creates it. Of course, I chose the wrong one, but you then have here the information, in this case about the employees, and it creates you quickly the sales budget report. But you can find a lot of information. You see for balance sheet, again, different documents and reports. So all the information is predefined and it's always up to date. So if you create it, it will create it with the latest numbers and figures that you have. So you can check them every day and it's always up to date. So, and also mentioned already in the presentation, there is then also the sales budget wizard that gives you the possibility to create a sales budget in a few steps, where you all just define, okay, what kind of item should it be, what should be the name, when should it start, how is distribution method, and so on and so on. And then you can create a sales budget for your salespeople. Yes, so that's about the Coresuite accounting. And now we go next up to Coresuite Customize. Also, a very great module, gives you really such a power and so many possibilities to modify your business one, to customize it, and really take care of the needs that your customer has to create business one in a way that makes it ideal for the way how the customer wants it. And you can use it in very simple ways, like with simple and fast customizations that we can see here in this slide. But I would say instead of taking a look on this, we just jump back into my demo environment. And here we go back to administration, to add-ons, to Coresuite Customize. No, sorry, thinking wrong. Let's say business partner, it doesn't matter. But I think this is a mask that everybody knows and that's often used, the business partner master data. And when we just want to create a new one, as example, we can right click on, let's say, email. And this is maybe something that we often have, that the people in the office should maybe create a new business partner. And then it's said like, hey, listen up. If you create a new business partner, it is super mandatory that there is an email filled into the email field. And you can see already by right clicking, I get here the possibility with the Coresuite Customize. And here I can then use different functions that are super easy to use. Like I can hide the field, I can lock a field, I can color a field so that it's maybe better to see. Let's say I go for the color field. What color might be nice? Oh, maybe like this. I say okay. And if I click here now, you see, okay, the field has now a new color, but also I want to make it mandatory. So I can say, I want to make this field mandatory. This is a mandatory field, means if I wouldn't fill out anything into this field and I want to add then the data, it would show me this, but I could also write like, hey, you forgot to fill in an email, please fill out. Zack. And so it is, if I would create now a new business partner, it would be clear. If I don't fill in this email and I add it, I get this pop-up screen, please fill in first this data, otherwise it's not possible. So this would be an example of this. If I maybe just see, oh, but the color is not that nice, I can just reset the color quickly, or I can do other things. I can move fields, I can validate them, and so on. Those are, let's say, the easy and simple functions that I can use with Coresuite Customize. This would be the one thing. But that's not all. You also have the UDT handler that also can be exported. It's also a possibility to generic creation of input forms. And you can use it also with multi-language support and create input forms via menu and so on. Also, there is the grid configurator, easily display data in grid based on a query. So you can also do this very easily as shown here on this screen. And another possibility, maybe this is something I could quickly show as well. Example would be in regard to update your master data, easy and automatically would be that you have, again, salespeople. Maybe one sales rep is leaving the company for unknown reason, and you have somebody new, and this new sales rep should take care of the customers that the sales rep before was taking care of. So you go to the add-ons and Coresuite Customize and to Master Data Management, and you can then here change salesperson. You have then here a query that you can run and then say, okay, what should happen? It should change the following fields and so on. The result should be like this. When should it happen? Run the query, and then it will change the salesperson automatically instead of doing it click by click and going through every business partner and doing it this way. So this would be a possibility. As mentioned, you have here the other things also like the grid configurator and so on. Also, see, not this one. I think there is no slide for this. Here we have the optimizer. It's part of the Coresuite Customize, and it's one of the most powerful things of Coresuite Customize, because here you see all possible rules that you can create to optimize your business one. And you see which one are active or not. And as an example, we have here validate website on business partner or anything. And how it works is that you can create here those rules. You can decide what kind of code it should be. Should it be, as example, a C# code or whatever? You can activate, you can deactivate them. You can also jump into it. Let's say this one. 1 second, 1 moment. Actually, I want to jump in here. Yeah, of course, I should look for a C# code and not for regex. Yeah, if I go as example to this one, I can see here then the C# code. Also nice that if I would write here something and maybe forget here this one, it would also show me already, hey, you forgot something, it won't work. So I can just add it and make it work afterwards. So here we see an overview of all the rules that have been created, or of course create new one very easily. And this is the place where you handle all of it. Yes. Also, a great thing is that you have here the possibility to work with export import, means that you can go and create all of those rules of whatever it is. You can see it here, export it from the one B1 system and import it then into a second one. So it's not needed to repeat some work over and over again. You can really reuse it very easily. This is about Coresuite Customize. And then, as mentioned, there's the Coresuite framework that gives you the possibility to create your own add-ons and run it then over this framework. So that's all about the Coresuite Country Package and its modules. It's just, as you have seen, a slightly overview to get a feeling about the product, what it is about, what possibilities you have with it. It's very nice to see that there is really a lot of possibility to optimize and create own things with rules and so on. So there is more or less no limit how to optimize or customize in the needs or for the needs of the customer. Last but not least, here on this slide, there are further extensions for the Coresuite Country Package, like the Coresuite service that I mentioned before. Means no logged in user needed anymore, or the booking wizard below that gives you the possibility to book automatically accruals and deferrals, costs to cost centers, and so on. Also a very nice product. And also here I can mention that we did the webinar that's also on the Core Systems AG YouTube channel, where you can take a look and see what it is about. I hope with this video you have a little more information about the product. If you are interested to have more detailed information, please let me know. And otherwise, you can find a lot of information about the product, of course, on our homepage, but also make sure that you check our YouTube channel, where we have also, as example, a product video about the Coresuite Country Package, where it's shown in only a few minutes, how it works. So thank you very much for participating, and feel free to contact us if you have any kind of questions. Have a good time, and bye-bye.